Hi, Mol.
Hi.
This is the ADHD Readers Book Club podcast.
I was right.
I'm
know
sorry.
it's starting. I was like,
I'm
oh, hi.
sorry. I'm so sorry. Should this be the intro then, not just play the next jingle? Okie dokie. If you're reading Buddy is a Cat and you enjoy our podcast, you can support us and make your wardrobe the quirkiest by visiting
getcatshirts.com/ADHD readers.
Right, we're back.
We are, with a nice gulp of coffee
I'm
there.
so sorry.
You're sitting close enough to me, I can hear the music this time.
I know you were dancing and I was like, oh, it must be loud, I must be going deaf.
Right, so what we're covering today, ADHD special.
We are covering diagnosis, reasons why we sort of thought we had ADHD and went down that route.
So do you want to start?
Yeah. So, for me, I've always known I was different.
Yeah.
Always known I was weird.
Yeah.
Like, just always, like, as a kid, I was like, God, I'm weird, aren't I? Like, I would see other people who it felt like they could just socialise and not, like, plan in their head exactly what they were going to say and, like, not think, oh, if they don't reply that, then what am I going to reply? Because in my head, they'll reply that and then I'll reply this.
I do that as well.
Yeah. It's hard,
weird,
isn't it?
Do you know the worst thing for me, though, is when I'm looking at somebody, I'm thinking, right, am I making too much eye contact? Right, staring at them, Molly. They're
but then you look
you're
away,
weird.
and then you're like, oh, now I look rude. Like, I'm not interested because I've looked away, so I need to find their eyes again. But then I'm looking in the wrong eye because they're looking at me with the other eye. Oh, I overthink it. And then I haven't heard what they've said.
With there. I'm trying to think what you said because I said slow blink so I can have a minute.
No,
you
so
have,
like,
you didn't hear what they said?
Yeah, because I've concentrated on my eye contact too much.
Yeah, it's minging, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted you there. Carry on.
You always say stuff's minging.
Minging.
I'm sure people might not know what minging is.
Disgusting. Dirty.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
Horrid. Rotten.
Feels minging.
We're about to sip coffee at the same time. You know, while I sipped that, the idea was you would speak, not just stay silent while you held your coffee. No, so I always knew I was weird. I always felt like a bit of an outcast. I always felt like other people had, like, proper hobbies, and I would try and copy those hobbies, even though I didn't enjoy them, just to try and fit in. I also always felt very rude, because I do interrupt people, and then I don't remember things that they've said, I don't remember people's names very well.
Yeah.
I'll, like, if they'll mention something that I can relate to, I'll jump in and, like, tell my story on it, so then I feel like I sound selfish and, like...
I'm like that.
Yeah, and it's really horrible. And then, I mean for myself, not when you...
Really horrible, Moll. Shut up, lads.
I really dislike your company, actually, Molly. And then, basically... Oh, there was also, obviously, like, the sensory disorder, which we're going to cover on another episode, so I won't go into that. I would have outbursts as well, like meltdowns over, like, tiny little things. And then I basically kind of had a bit of a mental breakdown. And so I looked into having, like, a private consultation regarding my mental health. And the ADHD came up.
Yeah.
And
so that's how you actually found out about it?
Yeah.
Oh, my
it was
God.
kind of like, you fit into this bracket.
Yeah.
And then, you know, did the questionnaire and, like, scored very highly. And then, because I went private, we did it over, like, Zoom. And I remember sitting in my conservatory really trying not to, like, move.
Yeah.
So I was, like, fidgeting with my hands away from the camera. And he was like, you're doing really well not to move. And I, like, showed him my hands. And he was like, all right. Because I had, like, fidget things in my hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm trying to concentrate on what you're saying.
It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's so... People don't understand, like, trying just to sit still. It's awful. Mm-hmm. Like, I have to do something. It feels like
there's, like, a burst of energy that you're trying to hold down.
Yeah.
Like, a kettle's about to boil and you're going, don't boil.
Yeah.
Don't boil. Just don't do it. Just don't boil. Just don't boil.
It's awful, like, isn't it?
Yeah. What about you? What made you think you had it?
Well, to be honest, like, I've always struggled with, like, school.
Yeah.
Like, I really struggled with school, like, with overwhelm of, like, exams and stuff like that. The pressure at the end of, like, year 11. I was doing part-time in school. I had to do some at home and some at school because I was overwhelmed.
Yeah. Did you find it hard even just, like, if we were talking recently about paperwork, because I'm doing a load of paperwork for different reasons at the minute, and I'm, like, all the words are, like, melting together.
Yeah.
Because they're not...
It's hard to focus, isn't it?
Yeah.
And at school, there's that many, like, different subjects with that much to do. I didn't cope very well.
I can't do paragraphs.
But it's hard though at school because like before you even know you've got it or your diagnosis or anything, you don't get the help. So you're sitting at school overwhelmed thinking, why is nobody else not coping like I am? Yeah. It's horrible.
I think it's different now, isn't it? Like there's a lot more support and a lot more like the teachers will notice things and go to parents and say, oh, I've just noticed this and it's a bit of a trait. It might be worth looking into and things like that. And there's just a lot more...
like awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
But even though back in school I didn't even think anything was wrong with me, sort of like ADHD wise or anything.
Yeah, I just thought I was...
weird, strange, off. Like, it's hard to explain, isn't it? But my like all my symptoms started coming out when I had kids.
Yeah, mine got worse after kids.
Like, people say to me, how comes you didn't know you had it before kids? And I was like, because the two biggest stresses in my life came along.
Yeah. And the thing is, kids are loud, so like... when you're trying to concentrate on doing things, but your washing machine's on. Yeah. And you can hear yourself thinking, and the kids are going on at you, and it's like everything. It's like you can almost taste, like, the noise. Yeah. It's so weird, isn't it? But it's horrible. Like, I think that's why kids make it come out, because they're just there, and they're loud, and they're near you. Yeah.
It's like, the touching for me, too much touching. I'm like, please, I just need a minute.
Yeah, please don't touch my body again. But also, like, sometimes for me, it's when they'll move... like around me. I'm like, oh my god, stop moving around me. Why are you moving? Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, why can't I cope with my kids moving? Yeah. I'm like, please sit still, be seen and not heard.
I know, but then you try not to give them like the childhood trauma by telling them to shut up and that. Oh, it's awful.
I'd be like, oh, let's play the quiet game. Like when yours were around the other day, and I was like, right, let's play the quiet game. And then James immediately, my son, was like, ha, I lost. I was like, oh my god.
That's not the rules,
I was
James.
like, no, let's please try and play the quiet game for the love of God. Mummy's going to have a breakdown. Auntie Bren's going, kids.
Oh, it's awful, like. The thing I'd like noticed, only though, once I had the kids, is because my focus was on the kids, basically mainly, I struggled to keep up with housework and stuff. Yeah. Like when it was just me and John, we sort of shared the responsibilities. We kept on top of the house, so I didn't notice that sort of symptom until I had the kids and there was more stress and more things to do, and I just couldn't keep on top of it at all.
I still can't.
Yes,
It's like, some days there's just no push. No. Like you just don't have the, what do you call it?
Energy. Motivation.
Thank you for being my dictionary corner over here. Yeah, I just don't have the motivation sometimes. And it's not something I can describe because I'm like, not sitting on my ass watching telly or reading books. If I don't have motivation, I'm unable to do anything, so I just kind of walk around in circles. Yeah. And then I'm exhausted, but I've done nothing.
Yeah. It's like the ADHD paralysis thing, isn't it? Where you've got that many things to do, so you sit there and you just stare at the wall, like...
Another issue for me is time. Time just stands still. Yeah. And then I'm late to everything. Or really early.
Yeah, that was like me yesterday with the doctor. Yeah. I was like half an hour early.
Yeah, it was when you were WhatsApping me and you were like, it was voice notes, and you were like, yeah, I'm just in the car, I'm waiting to go in the doctor's. And I was like, why? And you were like, because I'm like 40 minutes early. Yeah. And I was like, all right.
I'm either early or late.
Sounds about right.
I can't be on time, like... No. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, who would be on time? Jesus. Should know better than that.
But, like, for normal people don't just turn up to an appointment and that's it.
Well, normal people can be like, right, so this is going to take me 5 minutes in the car, 10 minutes if there's traffic, so I'll set off 10 minutes before, whereas I'm like, this is going to take me an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like that. I overshoot with the time like that all the time. But, like, they text me saying my appointment was at 9:30. But on the phone they told me 9:10, so I was like panicking. I was like, which is it, people?
Yeah, that happened to me recently. So, you know, for yesterday's appointment for me, I was told 8:40. And I remember being told that because at the time I forgot it was summer holidays when I was booking it, because it was like a month ago. And I was like, oh, the kids have assembly on a Friday at like 8:30. So like I won't be able to come. And then she told me, oh, it's summer holidays. So I know for a fact it was that time, but then on the app, the NHS app, it came up as like 9:40, and I was like, oh no. So I was like panicking, but then you can't get in touch with the doctors at 8. There's no chance. So I was like, right, I'm going for 9:40, at least I've got physical evidence that it says 9:40, and then if they say, no, it was 8:40, I'm like, no, look.
Yeah, right.
But I was flapping.
Doesn't it proper throw you off, though?
Yeah.
Like...
And then I did self-check-in because I was like, I don't want to speak to the lady in case I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I did self-check-in, and then it was like going round in circles, like the loading. I was like, oh my God, no.
There's nothing worse, is there? Like, the sheer panic I get when you have to interact with other humans is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, like, if I come here with you, I'm fine. Like, other people, I'm alright. But if it's like a formal setting, I'm like, can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm going to think I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, trying to look the doctor in the eye yesterday was hilarious.
I know.
Because I was like,
yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, yeah. And I was like, Molly, you've creeped her out, you're staring at her. I was like, wide-eyed maniac, like, yeah. I was just nodding, right, yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking, I haven't listened to a word you just told me. Like, it was such hard work, and then my brain kicks in, you're like, Molly, you have to listen to what she's saying.
Yeah.
Get about the eye contact, but then she's staring at me, and I was like, oh, God, this is draining. Draining.
That's it, I'm knackered for the rest of the day. Why? Because I was in doctors for 10 minutes.
Yeah, she stared at me. She looked at me.
She spoke to me!
Oh my God. Like, it's so draining though, isn't it?
I know.
It is.
I remember the first time we met and we just poured it all out to each other.
Yeah.
Like, we literally just sat there and just said stuff to each other for like an hour and a half.
It was fab, wasn't it?
And then by the end we were like, that was like a trauma dump.
Yeah. I know, I always text like, I'm so sorry for jumping on my trauma on you. And you're like, it's fine.
I was like, well, I also did it to you.
Yeah.
I think it's done us good, like, finding each other.
Yeah.
Like my friendship soulmate.
Oh, so cute.
I know, right? You could say something nice back. Okay. I make good coffee.
To be fair, you make the best coffee I've ever had in this world.
Holy
it's
hell.
a 10 out of 10.
This is a compliment out of this woman.
This is the only reason I'm here.
Okay. I'll go shopping for more.
I'm joking.
Get the double cream in, Brenna.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I said to John, I'm going to put on like 2 stone. Coming here for coffee.
You've lost weight.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I never comment on people's weight, but you definitely are.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Stress.
Well, you look good.
Stress diet.
Yeah, when you walked in, I was like, Jesus.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's on my cell though.
What you've lost, I've gained.
I'll just give it to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
That's fine. Do you think there's anything else?
What helps you?
Not a lot.
Me.
You, to be fair, yeah. Come round here does help me because I feel like you just get it. Like people you say about people and stuff and like not being able to cope with stuff and being on top of the house, and I come here and it's like I can take a deep breath because it's just the same.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes it's like the RSD. We can go to each other and be like, right, this has happened. Is this my RSD that's upsetting me, or like should I actually be upset about this?
And it's hard to differentiate, isn't it? It's awful.
Because RSD can make you feel like everyone is against you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll be like making a joke with someone that I think is obviously a joke, and then they'll joke back to me, but it's like that dark humour, and I'm like, oh my God, are they joking?
Yeah.
I'm like, or have I upset them with my joke?
Yeah.
And they're actually retaliating.
Yeah, it's awful.
And I'll sit there flopping.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid, isn't it? Because other people would just be like,
oh, it's just a laugh.
That's a joke.
Just a joke, yeah.
Whereas I sit there like,
oh my God, what did she mean by that?
Oh my God, I'm a bitch.
That's why I like when, we had your friend round the other day, I thought, I'm not going to text her, I'm not going to interrupt her because I don't want her to think like, oh, for God's sake, you can't leave me alone for a day.
We do speak daily.
I know. And then I didn't text you and I thought, she's going to think I'm in a mood.
No,
and then I thought, should I text her? Should I not?
To be fair, I was like, oh, Molly must be really busy today because I kept checking my phone because you always text me, like, every day. Like, we text each other and then it was, like, that night and I was like, oh, finally.
No, because I thought, she's going to think when she's round with a new friend that, like, stop interrupting me, I'm trying to have a chill time. Just leave me be, Molly, for God's sake. I was thinking, like, oh, she's going to get annoyed. Trying to have a relaxing wine session and then she's like yapping.
It wasn't even wine, we were being so chavvy, we had wicked and sours.
Did you?
Yeah, we're both proper wine snobs. Oh.
I mean, I do love a good
Do you know, it's funny though, because obviously she listens to this so she's going to know it's about her. And she was like, she walked around to my house with them in a bag and it was about 12:30, like lunchtime, and the bag was clinking. And she's like, I can't even be a snob because it's not wine, it's chavvy drinks.
Chavvy drinks.
Yeah, she's like, we should be sitting in a park drinking this. I was like, well, we can do if you want, but kids would love it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where my RSD shows up, because like, even though you didn't text me or say, oh, leave me alone for the day or anything, I'm like, that's it. she's round with a friend. Don't interrupt Molly because she's going to be like, for God's sake, just leave me be. So it's just awkward.
No, I was just wondering where you were.
You were like, why is she not texting me?
I was like, oh, she's busy.
And forgetting about me.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, oh, she doesn't love me anymore.
No, I like think situations in my head and then I realised that it was me that didn't text you back. When I looked at my phone, I thought, oh, I never texted her back, and then I thought, oh, better not text her now. She's gonna think, oh, just leave me be.
No,
it's awful though, isn't it? Like situations like that, you think like, what do you do?
But sometimes you'll leave here, and then you will WhatsApp me and go, I'm really sorry if I've like drained your energy.
Yeah,
I'm like, but you never drain my energy. And you're like, I just want to make sure.
To be fair, sometimes I do think I drain you.
You don't. But then you worry that you're like, overstaying your welcome. And I'm like, no, I will tell you to leave when I'm done with you. When I'm done with you.
When I'm I'm done with you now, Molly, you may leave.
I've used you and abused you, now go.
Oh, God. No, it's because I don't like overstaying.
Because some places... really overstay in this house. Because me and Stu will just tell you.
And then I'll be like, oh my God, the RSD's kicked in, they hate me.
Oh. Well, don't do that.
No.
It's like you came in before and you said to Stu, I always feel like I'm kicking you out. And he just turned around and went, yeah, you are.
And I was like, oh, wounded, thanks, Stu.
That's it, she's traumatised.
Nah, it's because, like, obviously I do. I come in to record and they leave and I'm like, oh,
yeah, because they're all loud.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, please leave my house that you pay for.
I know, it's like I left this morning with John. I was like, oh no, bye. See you later.
Oh, well, when they were going out in a bit of a way, you know, like slowly teetering towards a meltdown, I was like, not my problem, not my problem, not my problem. Get out.
This is
I don't know what accent that was, by the way. Not my problem.
Don't even know what that is, Bren.
Italian New York or something? Yeah. I don't know. New York Italian sounds more... Right, anyway, I'm getting distracted.
I think we've covered everything on my diagnosis. Why I won't go on.
Shame. Has it helped you?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
We should probably do all the admin stuff, so I'll press the...
Okay.
Admin.
Right.
Email us, adhd.rbc@gmail.com.
Just rolls off the tongue.
I know, but I can't do the Insta because you do the Insta.
I can't do the Insta. ADHD
_ Readers Book Club.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
My brain's just like,
No, it's that. It is that.
So
if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's ADHD _ Readers Book Club.
Yeah. Email us with your symptoms and stuff, and we could maybe review.
Us with anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
That'd be not a good one though if we reviewed other people's symptoms and how it affects them on the next one.
Reviewed, like 5 stars to you.
5 star. 5-star symptom. No, I'm not reviewed. What's the word? Went through them.
That's not a word. That's
It is now.
Yeah, no, email us anything.
Yeah.
Anything at all. We like hearing about when you've listened. Yeah, email us, follow us on Instagram, subscribe, ring the bell,
all that.
Put auto downloads on, all that jazz. And thank you very much for listening to the ADHD Readers Book Club podcast.
See you next week.
Yeah.